Hey everybody, welcome to our live training this week. I'm super excited about this because I want to talk about probably one of the most significant things that you can do to scale your agency. And I know we've got a whole bunch of people hopping on here. And before I introduce you to our guest today, Jamie McKeon, I'm going to just talk a little bit about in terms of scaling an agency business. I don't think there's any faster way than doing it in the way that I'm about to share and the way that Jamie's going to be discussing on how to work with a resource partner. And there's a couple of reasons why. What happens traditionally in scaling and growing your agency business is you tend to be the person who's involved in the fulfillment. You tend to then, you get caught up in having to build your own systems. Then you start to feel the pressure and you start outsourcing to task-orientated outsourcers. So you might go to Upwork, or you might find people who can do bits and pieces for you. But then what you're doing is you're managing tasks. So you're either training people to do your tasks, or you're constantly in communication with people for deliverables on how to fulfill on projects. So because this is very sporadic, it puts a lot of pressure on you as you're scaling and you're growing. And what happens with a lot of resource partners, what happens with a lot of outsource providers or independent contractors is things break, and they can break really quickly, and they can break right in the middle of delivering for a client, which can be puts a huge amount of pressure and stress on you to pick up the slack and go and do. So in actual essence, what you end up hiring is a whole bunch of VAs, and it's like herding cats, because you're going to spend as much time as you are speaking to clients as you are going to be speaking to the people who are task orientated in your business. And so what happens is you're sporadically, you might be putting some systems in place, but essentially you're still doing a lot of the work here, and so there's no leverage. And what happens in that scenario when you grab a few clients, and it generally happens around when you've got between 5 and 8 clients, you start to feel this pressure quite significantly. You will see a dip in your revenue because you're not able to consistently grow your business. And the other part is that you're constantly fighting or having an adversarial relationship with a disparate supply chain, right? Now, so to solve this problem, if I look at some of the biggest agencies that I know that I've spoken to in the past, and every major, like if I look at every major agency player that's expanded their operations out of the gate, where they've been able to scale very quickly, they've gotten on a resource partner. If I look at the agency, in our agency, the reason we were able to scale so quickly is we had a resource partner that took over a significant amount of the workload for us to be able to deliver results to our clients, so we can focus on what we were great at, and that was strategy and bringing on more clients. And this enabled us to scale very quickly. And so much so that our resource partner also trained some of our internal team members. We still use that resource partner, but we've been able to double the level of experience and leverage through an in-house team that also works with our resource partner, so we can deliver even more results for our clients. So we can be consistent, but we are still in a strong relationship with our first resource partner. And so what I mean by what I look at as a resource partner, and this is something that I want to make a significant distinction of, because the person I'm going to introduce you to in a moment, Jamie, some of our consulting champions have been working with Jamie McKeon at the leverage model. But before I introduce you, one of the reasons why I I'm so keen to help you understand the difference between a resource partner and an outsourced supply chain is that the resource partner, it is in their best interest to maximize systems and strategies to develop results for your business, and so that they can actually scale and grow with you. So as you grow, they can build more teams or bring in people with skill sets and training so that you can actually steadily grow as well. And so that's why resource partners are one of the most powerful ways in how you can actually scale an agency very significantly, very fast. Because if you've got the back end of a resource partner that trains a team, that has specific skill sets, already has the systems and processes in place to manage the projects that you're delivering to your clients, and as long as you understand the role that they play as part of your business to help fulfill the outcomes and the results for your client, this allows you to go to the market with a lot of confidence. This allows you to go with the knowledge that your clients are going to be looked after in a way that there is a systematic approach, there's accountability. It is in the resource partner's best interest to perform at a high level, because it's their business as well that is impacted by your growth along the way. So for me, I prefer to look at it as a partnership as opposed to something that I treat as a supply chain. There's not a single resource partner that I've ever utilized that we treat like a supply chain. They are part of our business. They have access to our clients. They help us with systems to develop and evolve systems so we can improve our ability to deliver, to engage, and more importantly, to present. And so I want to talk a little bit about Jamie McKean, who we brought on board to show us how he helps as a resource partner, and more importantly, how you can utilize and scale and leverage, and why it's important to focus on some key factors. Jamie, I met about, we were just talking about this earlier on today, 7 years ago. I cannot believe those 7 years have flown by so quickly. He has worked with some pretty major players and marketers. He's run his own agency business. He's built and scaled teams for others. He's built massive systems in automation, and he's very, very clued up on the latest marketing strategies and tactics for growth. And he's actually been working very closely with some of our consulting champions to help them establish their processes so that they can scale and grow and get some consistency in their business. So I want to switch over to Jamie and let him share a little bit more about him, and I guess more importantly, some of the things that you need to be aware of in how you utilize a resource partner to grow. So Jamie, I'm going to switch over to you and let you take over the horns and present. So I'm just going to go, where are you, Jamie? There we go.